Chosen One, I need you to pause everything right now. What I'm about to tell you isn't theory. It isn't borrowed wisdom from dusty books or recycled motivational content. This is real. This is raw. And this is about to shift the entire trajectory of your existence. You didn't stumble upon this message. You were led here, guided here, summoned here by forces beyond what your rational mind can comprehend. The fact that you're reading these words, hearing this voice, feeling this pull in your chest, that's not random. That's divine orchestration. Heaven has been setting up this appointment since before you took your first breath. So settle in. Turn off the distractions. Silence the noise. Because what's about to be revealed will not just inform you, it will transform you. And by the time you reach the end, you won't be the same person who started reading. That version of you? They're about to be left behind. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like there's a version of your life playing out somewhere else? A version where everything flows. Where doors don't just open, they swing wide before you even knock. Where resources, people, opportunities, and miracles align so perfectly, it feels like the universe itself is conspiring in your favor. You've glimpsed it in dreams. You've felt it in fleeting moments of clarity. You've tasted it in those rare days when everything just clicks. That's not fantasy, Chosen One. That's memory. Memory from a future that already exists. A timeline where you are fully activated, fully aligned, fully operating in the frequency you were designed for. And here's the part that will shake you. That timeline isn't waiting for you to earn it. It's waiting for you to step into it. Right now you're standing at a crossroads. One path leads back into the familiar, of striving, surviving, second-guessing. The other path? It leads into the sovereign reality that's been reserved for you since the foundation of the world. And the only thing blocking your access isn't lack of worthiness. It's lack of belief that it's already yours. Let's get honest. You've been conditioned to think that breakthrough requires more suffering. That favor demands more hustle. That miracles only come after you've bled enough, cried enough, proved enough. But that's a lie dressed up as wisdom. The truth? The breakthrough isn't ahead of you. It's beneath you. You've been standing on it the whole time, too busy looking up, looking forward, looking around when you should have been looking down at the foundation heaven already laid. Ephesians 1-3 says it clearly. Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who has blessed us in Christ with every spiritual blessing in the heavenly places. Every blessing. Not some, not the ones you qualify for. Every single one. Past tense. Already done. Already sealed. Already transferred into your account. So why haven't you accessed it? Because you've been operating in the wrong system. You've been trying to withdraw heaven's resources using Earth's broken ATM, and that system was never designed to recognize you. But today, that changes. Today, you get the access code. Today, the veil gets pulled back. And what you're about to see will rewrite everything you thought you knew about how provision, favor, and destiny actually work. Here's what they don't tell you. The enemy isn't fighting your future. He's fighting your recognition of what already is. Because the moment you recognize it, the moment you align with it, the moment you operate from it instead of toward it, game over. Every weapon formed against you loses power. Every limitation shatters. Every delay reverses. You stop begging and start decreeing. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop performing and start possessing. Think about it. Why does the enemy work so hard to keep you distracted, discouraged, and in doubt? Because he knows something you've forgotten. He knows that you carry a frequency so potent, so disruptive to his kingdom, that the moment you fully activate it, entire systems of darkness collapse. Not through struggle, through presence. Your very existence in alignment is warfare. Your peace in the storm is a weapon. Your faith when nothing makes sense is a nuclear-level threat to every lie he's built. That's why he keeps you busy, keeps you stressed, keeps you focused on what's missing instead of what's already been given. He knows that a chosen one who discovers their true identity and operates from their true authority doesn't just win battles, they shift atmospheres. They don't just get breakthroughs, they become the breakthrough for others. You've been feeling it, haven't you? That restlessness, that stirring, that sense that something massive is about to crack open in your life. That's not anxiety. That's anticipation. That's your spirit recognizing the sound of the gates opening. That's the deepest part of you responding to a frequency that's been calling your name across dimensions, across time, across every season of silence and struggle. You are not imagining this. This is real. Jeremiah 29 minutes and 11 seconds isn't just a pretty verse for greeting cards. It's a legal document. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. That word, plans, in the original Hebrew, it's makashava, which means thoughts, intentions, divine blueprints. God has been thinking about you, intentionally, specifically, with precision that would make quantum physicists weep. He didn't just plan your rescue. He planned your reign. He didn't just prepare your survival. He prepared your supremacy. Not in arrogance, but in assignment. Because you were never meant to just get by. You were meant to govern. Not over people, over chaos, over lack, over fear. Over every force that tried to convince you that you're ordinary. Let me take you somewhere most teachings won't. Let's talk about what happened before you were born. Psalm 139:16 says, Your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written, every one of them, the days that were formed for me, when as yet there was none of them. Every day of your life was written before you lived a single one. That means your victories were documented before your battles began. Your provision was allocated before your need arose. Your vindication was signed before your accusers even opened their mouths. You've been operating like you're trying to write the story. But the story's already written. You're not the author, you're the actor stepping into a role that was custom designed for you. And every line, every scene, every plot twist has already been approved by the director who never makes mistakes. But here's where it gets wild. The script includes the hard parts. The betrayals weren't ad-libs. The losses weren't accidents. The seasons of silence weren't punishment. They were set up. Because every protagonist needs a backstory that makes their triumph undeniable. You can't have a resurrection without a crucifixion. You can't have a testimony without a test. And you can't have a double portion anointing without first walking through a season that threatened to break you in half. So when you look back at the pain, stop calling it wasted time. That was boot camp. That was the fire that didn't consume you, it refined you. Like gold in the furnace, you didn't burn up. You came out purer, stronger, more valuable. Malachi 3:3 confirms it. He will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. And he will purify the sons of Levi and refine them like gold and silver. And they will bring offerings in righteousness to the Lord. You are that offering. Not in the religious sense, in the realm sense. Your life, fully aligned and activated, becomes an offering that shifts the spiritual climate. When you walk into a room, things change. Not because you're loud, but because you're loaded. Loaded with a presence that carries heaven's fragrance. Loaded with an authority that doesn't need titles. Loaded with a frequency that makes demons nervous and angels attentive. Now let's go deeper. Let's talk about what's happening right now in the unseen. While you've been walking through your days, navigating struggles, fighting battles, there's been a parallel process in the heavenly realms. Daniel 10:12-13 gives us a glimpse. Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that you set your heart to understand and humbled yourself before your God, your words have been heard, and I have come because of your words. The prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days, but Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me. Catch that. From the first day Daniel prayed, the answer was dispatched. But there was warfare in the invisible. Forces tried to block it. For 21 days, there was a clash in the heavens while Daniel saw nothing on earth. But the answer was already in motion. It just hadn't broken through yet. That's where you are right now. Your prayers didn't go unheard. Your tears didn't go unnoticed. Your faithfulness didn't go unrewarded. There's been warfare over your breakthrough. Assignments against your destiny. Resistance against your rise. But that resistance isn't a sign that you're losing. It's proof that you're dangerous. The enemy doesn't fight nobodies. He fights chosen ones. And right now, Michael and the hosts of heaven are clearing the path. The delay is ending. The blockage is breaking. The 21 days are over. Can you feel it? That shift in the atmosphere? That sense that something's about to give? That's not wishful thinking. That's prophetic knowing. That's your spirit syncing with heaven's timetable. And here's what I need you to understand. What's about to be released into your life isn't just provision. It's vindication. It's not just breakthrough. It's proof. Proof that you didn't mishear God. Proof that your faith wasn't foolish. Proof that the whispers in your spirit were accurate all along. Isaiah 61:7 declares, "Instead of your shame, there shall be a double portion. Instead of dishonor, they shall rejoice in their lot. Therefore in their land they shall possess a double portion. They shall have everlasting joy." Double portion. Not just restoration multiplication. Not just recovery overflow. Everything the enemy stole, you're getting it back twice. Every year you lost, you're getting double-time favor. Every door that closed, 2 better ones are about to open, and the people who counted you out, they're about to count again. Not because you need their validation, but because your life is about to become an undeniable testimony. Like Job, who lost everything and then was blessed with twice as much as before, Job 42:10. Your latter days are going to make your former days look like the opening act. Let's address something heavy, the loneliness you've carried, the isolation, the feeling that nobody truly understands the weight you bear. That wasn't punishment. That was preparation. Because what God is about to do through you can't be contaminated by crowd opinion. It can't be diluted by groupthink. It can't be derailed by people who mean well but don't know your assignment. Moses was alone in the wilderness for 40 years before he led a nation. Joseph was alone in prison before he governed Egypt. David was alone with sheep before he was crowned king. Jesus was alone in the wilderness for 40 days before he launched his ministry. The isolation wasn't rejection. It was consecration. You were being set apart, refined, recalibrated, so that when you step into the fullness of your calling, you won't be swayed by applause or criticism. You'll be anchored in the voice that called you out in the first place. And here's the shift that's happening now. The season of hiddenness is ending. The time of silence is closing. You're about to be brought out. Not for fame, for function. Not for spotlight, for assignment. Like Esther, who was hidden in the palace until the exact moment her people needed her, Esther 4:14. You've been hidden until now because the world wasn't ready for what you carry, but it's ready now. The chaos is loud enough. The confusion is thick enough. The darkness is dense enough. And into that mess you're about to step, not with answers you manufactured, but with a presence you cultivated in secret. When you speak, people will feel something shift. When you move, atmospheres will change. Not because you're special in yourself, but because you've been with God. Acts 4:13 says, "Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John, and perceived that they were uneducated, common men, they were astonished. And they recognized that they had been with Jesus." That's your new identity. Not what you know, but who you've been with. The time you spent in prayer when no one was watching? That wasn't wasted. That was impartation. The nights you worshiped through tears? That wasn't drama. That was you downloading heaven's frequency. The moments you chose faith over fear when it made no logical sense. That was you building spiritual currency. That's about to be spent in the natural. Let me be specific about what's shifting. Your financial reality is about to change. Not through human hustle alone, but through divine strategy. Ideas are about to drop into your spirit that create wealth. Connections are about to form that open doors you didn't even know existed. Favor is about to overtake you in ways that make no natural sense. Deuteronomy 28:2 promises, "And all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you, if you obey the voice of the Lord your God." Overtake you. You won't chase them. They'll chase you. Opportunities will hunt you down. Resources will find you. The right people will cross your path at the exact right time. And when it happens, you'll know it wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was the hand of God positioning you for such a time as this. Your health is about to shift. Bodies that have been under attack, minds that have been under assault restoration, is coming. Exodus 15:26 says, "I am the Lord, your healer." Not was, not will be, am, present tense, active. Right now, even as you read this, healing virtue is flowing. Believe it. Receive it. Declare it. Your body will align with heaven's design for it, not earth's diagnosis of it. Your relationships are about to shift. Toxic ties that have drained you, they're being severed. Divine connections that will propel you, they're being released. You're about to meet people who don't just appreciate you, they amplify you. People who don't just support your vision, they see it before you even speak it. Because iron sharpens iron, Proverbs 27:17. And you're about to be surrounded by those who sharpen, not dull, your edge. Your purpose is about to shift. The vague sense of calling you've carried is about to get crystal clear. The fog is lifting. The assignments are coming into focus. You're going to know exactly what you're supposed to do, who you're supposed to reach, and how you're supposed to move. And with that clarity comes courage. With that courage comes action. And with that action comes manifestation. But here's the requirement. You have to step. You have to move. You have to act like it's already done. Because faith without works is dead, James 2:26. You can believe all day, but if you don't take the step, you stay where you are. The Israelites had to put their feet in the Jordan before the waters parted, Joshua 3:13. Peter had to step out of the boat before he walked on water, Matthew 14:29. You have to move in the direction of the promise before the promise manifests. So what's your step? Maybe it's starting that business you've been dreaming about. Maybe it's having that hard conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe it's walking away from what's familiar to pursue what's destined. Maybe it's something as simple as saying yes when every fear in you screams no. Whatever it is, do it. Don't wait until you feel ready. You'll never feel ready. The readiness comes in the obedience. Here's what I know about you, chosen one. You've been through too much to quit now. You've come too far to turn back. The enemy has thrown everything at you: betrayal, disappointment, loss, fear, doubt, sickness, poverty, and you're still here. Still standing. Still believing. That alone is a miracle. That alone is proof that you're unkillable in the spirit. You've survived every attack, every scheme, every trap. And now, those very battles are about to become your badges of honor. The same story that tried to break you is about to make you. The same pain that almost destroyed you is about to become your platform. Because Romans 8:28 doesn't lie. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good. For those who are called according to his purpose. All things. Even the betrayals. Even the losses. Even the dark nights when you thought you wouldn't make it. All of it is being woven into a tapestry so beautiful, so powerful, that when people see it, they'll know only God could have done it. So stop apologizing for what you've been through. Stop hiding the scars. Those aren't marks of weakness, they're medals of warfare. And the world doesn't need another polished, perfect, fake version of success. The world needs the raw, real, resurrected version of you. The version that died 1,000 deaths and still got up. The version that lost everything and still praised. The version that had every reason to quit and still chose faith. That version? That's the one that changes everything. That's the one that doesn't just survive, it thrives. That's the one that doesn't just overcome, it dominates. Not in arrogance, but in authority. Not in pride, but in power. Because you know who you are. You know whose you are. And you know that, if God be for you, absolutely nothing can stand against you. Romans 8:31. Chosen one, this is your moment. This is your time. This is your turning point. Everything you've been through has brought you here. Every tear, every trial, every testimony, it all led to this. And what you do next will determine not just your future, but the future of everyone connected to you. Because your breakthrough isn't just for you. It's for your family. It's for your community. It's for generations that will come after you and point back to this moment and say, that's when everything changed. So I'm asking you, will you step? Will you believe? Will you act like what God said is more real than what you see? Will you move in faith even when fear is screaming? Will you walk in your authority even when doubt tries to steal it? If your answer is yes, then declare it. Right now. Out loud. Say, I am chosen. I am anointed. I am aligned. And everything God promised me is manifesting now. Say it until you feel it. Say it until you believe it. Say it until heaven hears it and hell trembles. Because, chosen one, what I'm about to tell you is real. You are not going back to who you were. You're not staying where you are. You are moving forward. You are rising. You are stepping into a reality that's been waiting for you since before time began. And nothing, no weapon, no enemy, no obstacle can stop what God has already set in motion. This is your time. This is your season. This is your shift. And everything is about to change. Asterisk, if this message stirred something deep in your spirit, don't let it pass by. Comment, I am ready, and let that be your declaration.